Uh-huh. So what do we do without Keegan, Coach Doug?
We're the next few days, we're going to try a couple different things, get a look at a couple different things before we dive into it. Then even with that being said, we have 2 preseason games left, so we still got some time. And then after that, we got practice days. So I wouldn't read into anything that you see, but, you got to experiment and see what different combinations of guys and what have you.
I'm sorry, we've got the TVs on, and Cam Newton's on first day. I laugh every time I see Cam Newton. First off, I love Cam Newton. I love his personality. I think he's great. I am a Cam Newton fan.
Does he have a goofy outfit on?
He always has. Well, when you say goofy outfit, like that's much like Matt George's tattoo. That's in the eye of the beholder. But he looks like something out of Alice in Wonderland.
See, but that's why I say goofy. Goofy is not necessarily good or bad.
I love it.
Silly.
It just makes every time I see Cam Newton, I laugh. It makes me smile because he's always. And I read a real in-depth article a few years ago about like who he has designing his hats and the feathers he puts in them and the meaning of all. Like he puts a lot of thought. I mean, I'm wearing a Sac Republic windbreaker. I'm not trying to give him fashion advice. It makes me laugh. All right. Well, then who's the new starting 4, Coach?
Telling you would tell them, and I'm not going to tell them. So you'll see on our next game. Jay, you know better than that.
I mean, okay, love you, Doug, but I don't know. Giannis is going to be the starting 4 for the Bucks. Oh, hey, this just in. Cooper Flagg's going to be the starting 3 for the Mavs. What? No.
Poor Jason Anderson got called out by name.
Well, what I think, look, I never like to put words in Doug's mouth because if he doesn't agree, he will find me and he will hurt me. But I think that was coach speak for we don't know. We have no earthly idea who it's going to be. And going back to his previous statement, of we're going to try some things out. We have 2 more preseason games. I think it's okay to now look. Maybe he's sitting here and he's like, Dave, I want any edge I can get. So but I don't think other teams will be changing their starting lineups based on who we start at the 4.
I don't know. Isaac Jones, you got to really make people rethink whether Zion should play the 4 or 5.
The leader for the Sacramento Kings so far in preseason minutes through a very short preseason so far, 2 games, is funny enough the rookie, Nick Clifford. And Doug Christie was asked about his role.
Well, I think a guy like Dario is a veteran. He's seen it before. You look at IJ, it's like opportunity, be ready. But with Nick, not a lot. I try not to overdo it. Like, he still has to find out everything. Like, there's a lot that he's going to go through. We're going to play, highly talented offensive players. He's going to find himself in some foul trouble. He's going to find nights where he's hitting his shot and think, oh, wow, and then the next night he won't be. So now you got to lean on another part of your game. So for him, it's just throwing him in the deep end of the pool and knowing, luckily, that he's in swim, and if we need to throw him a little rubber ducky, we might, but he'll be fine.
I would say if I was ranking people to start at the 4, if I was doing Vegas odds as to who your replacement's going to be, and again, I have no confidence in what I'm about to say. I'm just doing my best. It is really hard for me to see them sliding down a DeRozan, a Levine, a Monk, or even a Nick Clifford, because you're talking about 6'6", 6'5" dudes. I think Doug might have given us a little bit of hint with the first part of that last quote.
Well, I think a guy like Dario is a veteran. He's seen it before.
I think it makes the most sense to roll Dario Saric's 31-year-old bones out there and see what he can do at 6'10". That gives the Kings 2 6'10" guys at the front. Saric is a vet. He's been there. It's somebody they can rely on. You can see they're very much trying to surround Doug with vets with high basketball IQs out there. So I would be really surprised if it was not Saric, maybe Isaac Jones, but I think it'll be Saric. And I'm just talking about game 1, game 2. I don't know what'll happen after that. Here's Doug on the rookie Max Reno.
I mean, in our league, two bigs we're starting to see it quite a bit. So it's one of the things that I think that you got to look at. That Max is a talented player. Like, this is the preseason, so to get him out there and to get him those type of reps is more what that's about. We got a couple other options over the next couple of days that we'll throw out there, let them get a rhythm, because part of it is also there's 4 other guys that are in that starting unit, and they have to feel it too. It's not like, coaching is, you say, oh, do this, but in my opinion, you have to listen to your players sometimes as well, and we'll see how that all plays out, because I think we need to let it all play out, give guys opportunities to put their best foot forward, see the rhythm of what they're doing, not only on the offensive end, which is a big part of it, but more importantly for me on the defensive end, see what they do, and they'll communicate with me.
It's not like it's unprecedented that they're going to have some goofy starter in there. The year before the Beam Team year, I think it was, when they opened against Portland, some Kings fans may remember KZ Okpala as their starting. I think he was starting, to be fair, at the 3 with Barnes at the 4. And that probably shouldn't have happened. That was Keegan Murray's rookie year. It took him all of, I think, 2 games to get Keegan, who if I remember right, had some sort of knock early on and didn't play.
I think they just had him coming off the bench.
Well, I want to say in game 1, maybe game 2, it was something different. Let me look at the box score here.
You're right, but by like game 3, he was starting and then started the whole season.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Keegan did not play in game 1, and I don't think he played in game 2 of the year. Their starters were Sabonis, Barnes, Fox Herter, and KZ Okpala, with Trey Lyles, Rashawn Holmes, Davion Mitchell, Malik Monk, Terrence Davis, Chimezi Metu, Alex Len, and Matthew Dellavedova.
I was going to say, where is KZ Okpala now? But I think he had an injury, and that was like the end of his career, was in Sacramento.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, Dario Saric, I think I saw through the first 2 games, is shooting something like 80% from the field.
Yeah, I didn't watch the preseason game, but I saw he was like 4 for 4 from 3, and I was like, dang, how did that happen?
And it would just be hilarious if he could not get on the floor with the Nuggets last year. Couldn't get on the floor. As a matter of fact, let me look at his numbers here. In 16 games, 4 of which he started last year, he's actually started a grand total of 13 games over the last 2 years between Golden State and Denver. As a matter of fact, if you go all the way back to OKC the year before that, he's still only started 13 games. That actually counts. He went from OKC to Golden State that year. That's right. So, it's not unheard of for that. Who was it? Wasn't it, hold on a second. Was it the year before last or last year? The year before, where Jay Crowder came off the couch and started for us?
Yeah, and they won.
At the 4, right?
I don't remember.
3 or 4?
Keegan and DeRozan were both out, but I don't remember.
Then it was last year. Then it would have been last year.
Yeah, it was the Minnesota game because they won in Minnesota.
So this has been a problem for a long time for Sacramento. Like, when you're a team that literally has a guy in your starting lineup that couldn't get on the floor for an NBA team last year, that's a problem. I get that I don't think he started more than 1 or 2 games.
I just pulled up the box score. So when they pulled Jay Crowder off the couch, he played 27 minutes. It was Fox, Keon Ellis, Keegan Murray, Jay Crowder, Domantas Sabonis, with Malik Monk playing 34 minutes off the bench. Yeah. Isaac Jones played 21 minutes in that game. Jay Crowder actually was a plus 16, shot 3 of 5 from the field and had 8 points. What a stupid game. And they beat the Timberwolves. That was that like Thanksgiving one where they came back in the fourth quarter.
Let's go. Next man up.
The team that went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yes.
They beat with Jay Crowder off the couch. Also, we looked it up. Jay Crowder, that was 8 of his 20 points for the whole season.
At this golf tournament today, I was at the there was a pre-event thing last night. Some great people in attendance. People we know: Brad Miller, Scott Pollard, and his wife Dawn out there. Coach Mike Woodson, Harold Presley, Gary Gerald. I'm forgetting some people, but also like Anthony Anderson, Cedric the Entertainer, Sugar Ray Leonard, Barry Bonds. There are a lot of people out there. One of which, though, as I was getting ready to leave, I almost bumped into him while they were talking up on stage. Standing in the back was DeMar DeRozan. And I almost, but it's a private event. I didn't want to be that guy, but I almost stopped and just said, "Yo, so what are you guys going to do, man?" DeMar DeRozan sitting right there. What are you going to do? But somebody asked him that yesterday, so I didn't have to. Here's what he had to say.
We don't have a choice. We got to figure it out. I mean, that's the thing about this league. You got to prepare not for everything to be perfect. You got to be prepared for whatever's to come, and we already hit with an obstacle. Luckily, we got time to, fix some things without him in the meanwhile and try to get, better knowing that, we don't have Keegan there on both ends. That's an anchor that we rely on. So, we got the next couple of weeks to figure that out.
Yeah. Now, look, by the way, I'm not going to make fun of that answer. That's exactly what he has to say. What's DeMar going to say? We're screwed. We were screwed before him, though.
I don't know. Things were actually going well relatively before he got here.
No. I meant
before Keegan went down.
Just to give you an idea, according to the NBA's website, so forgive me if some of this is wrong, here are some of your available power forwards. Delano Banton.
Oh, the legend. Do you remember him?
Nope.
Last game of the season 2 years ago, he had the worst game in NBA history at Golden One Center.
Hey.
0 for 16 from the three-point line. The previous record was 0 for 11. He went 0 for 15 from the three-point line and then got ejected with 2 minutes left to play.
How do you not just stop after you're 0 of 15?
He just kept chucking. I remember I was working the game and I was joking with G-Man. I was like, the record's 11. Can he get to 11? He just blew past it. Most misses in NBA history without a make. It was the worst game in NBA history.
That's great. And it happened right here in front of our fans. By the way, this is alphabetical order. So
technically he did quit because he got ejected with 2 minutes left in the game.
Attaboy. Charles Bassey. Again, NBA website may not be updated. Imani Bates, that's an interesting one. He was the next great thing in high school. I mean, when he entered high school, I remember reading full form articles on Imani Bates.
He just recently signed an Exhibit 10 deal with the Sixers.
Okay, so there you go. Marshawn Beauchamp, Bol.
Bol landed somewhere. I can't remember where.
Let's see where it says new team. It doesn't have anything for him. Jalen Bridges, Jamal Cain, Torrey Craig, Jay Crowder, Kessler Edwards, Taj Gibson. Ooh, James Johnson's available. Kai Jones, Braxton Key, Kevin Knox II. I feel like some of these guys have landed. Damian Lee.
James Johnson is available, which I was kind of surprised by.
No, thank you.
Are you sure?
James Johnson's not allowed in Sacramento anymore.
Oh, what happened?
He was in the locker room on the road after it doesn't matter if it was a loss or a win, but this was this was in between the team announcing they were moving to Seattle and Kevin Johnson formulating a plan to keep them. So it was probably the lowest of the low sometime, I want to say late February, and James Johnson's wearing a Sonics hat in the locker room.
Okay.
And I can tell you one member of the organization who would be literally the least likely person you would imagine to go not go ballistic, but to be incredibly upset about it, was upset. And one of those people where you go, if they're mad at you, it's your fault. I don't care what it was, because they don't get mad at anybody. Yeah.
Also, being mad at James Johnson is a dangerous game.
Well, I don't think anyone went up to James and asked him to take the hat off. Let's put it that way, because James is someone you don't screw with. But I wouldn't mind James Johnson. Had that not happened, actually, I'd be like, screw it, bring him on. At least we won't get punked by anyone.
At least he's gonna punch somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, there you go.
Was it him or someone else who checked into a game in garbage time and got ejected 5 seconds in?
It probably was him.
I want to say maybe he was on Miami, something like that.
So, just to look ahead, we'll get an idea. And again, I would be relatively surprised if it's not Dario Saric. That being said, they've got the Clippers on Wednesday. And then they go, and that will be the last home game of the preseason, followed by the Los Angeles Lakers on Friday. That game will at least be on NBA TV before they open, I think a week from Wednesday, as a matter of fact, they open at Phoenix. Golly, gee, we're already there. Before we go to break, I want to remind you that you've got a chance to win a pair of lower-level seats to the Kings Thunder November 7th. We've been doing this now for a minute. You get a one-night stay at the Kimpton Sawyer. You get a $200 gift card to Revival.